Hi, welcome to Hooked on Gingerbread. Today we're going to be talking about the adhesives for our gingerbread house, well, our gingerbread apartment building. So there's only two kinds of adhesives I use, and that is one, royal icing, and two, Tylose glue. Anytime you see me in the videos using something with a paintbrush, that is Tylose glue. This needs to be piped. So let's start with Tylose glue because that's the easiest and I'm out of it. Okay, for Tylose glue, it's easy enough. All you need is gum text powder or the generic equivalent, and it's a teaspoon of that. And 8 tablespoons of water. At this point, you could take like a brush, like any type of stick, or I'm using a brush here, and just mixing it up a bit. It's going to look like, well, kind of like egg drop soup in a way, clear egg drop soup. But I just mix it up a little bit and make sure I get it all off here. And then I put it in. Make sure you have a lid, a container with a lid. These are great, these little Rubbermaid containers, because they hold exactly 8 tablespoons. And then I give it a good shake. Okay, and it's still going to see, you're still going to see the spots and stuff in it. But that's okay. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it overnight in the refrigerator. And tomorrow morning it'll be good to go. Okay, if you're like me and you forget to make your Tylose until the morning of, it's okay. You can shake the snot out of it like this and try to get as much as you can to dissolve. But then put it in the refrigerator for about an hour, maybe 3 hours is probably better. But what I would do is I put it in the fridge, let it sit there for about a half hour to an hour, go in there, look at it, shake it some more, and then put it back in the fridge. So, the moral of the story is, don't forget to make your Tylose the night before. Anywho, let's go on to royal icing. What you need for royal icing is 4 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of meringue powder, and 5 to 7 tablespoons of water, depending on your environment. Okay, let's make some royal icing. I've got my 4 cups of powdered sugar already in my mixing bowl. Got my 3 tablespoons of meringue powder. And I'm putting in 6 tablespoons of water in. The recipe says 5, and lately it's just not been. And you got to plug in your mixer. That's the most important part. The recipe says 5, but lately it's just been so dry here because I'm running a dehumidifier that I'm just starting at 6. I may need 7. You don't want to go fast at first like I'm doing. I gotta get flour everywhere. Not flour, oh my goodness. Powdered sugar everywhere. I start making my determinations around this time to see if I need more water. When it starts, mixing together. I don't know. I gotta do it some more.
Now, you should mix it, they say, for like 5 minutes or so. I don't think I do it nearly that long, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. It just depends. But you don't want to whip it. You want to use a paddle for sure. You don't want to whip it and get air in there, because that's going to make your royal icing a little more fragile. It's maybe a little too thick for what I'm going to do. Let's see. Nah, I don't think so. I think that's going to be good. This, I'll show you this for a minute. We got to keep on mixing for a while. But this is kind of the consistency that you want. You know, it's stiff, it makes peaks, but the peaks don't stay. It's like, you want it to be like thick toothpaste. Doesn't that sound appetizing? But that's what you need. You don't want it too dry, because if it's too dry, it'll just roll off your gingerbread. If it's too wet, nothing will adhere to it. There's a fine line. Okay, you know, once it's lost its gloss, that's when I say, okay, it's done. Like I said, you mix it for about 3 to 5 minutes. That's why it's really great to have a stand mixer, because I never used to have a stand mixer, and it's kind of a bummer. So, okay. Now, royal icing cannot be left out. So what I do is I bag it immediately. If you don't have a way to bag it immediately, you need to put you can put a wet towel, not wet towel, like a damp towel over the top of this, or you can even put it in Tupperware, which really freaks me out, because I was always told a damp towel. Man, these aren't my usual bags, and they're just a mess. My other bags are like really thicker. They're Wilton bags. These are not Wilton bags. Not happy. I bought these for a class. But yeah, so, yeah, these are real thin. But anyway, just fill your bags up. Immediately put your bowl in water, because if not, it's going to become cement in there. Anyway, you don't need tips on your bags. I literally just cut like little slots, and that's it. You're ready to go. One of the most important things you need to remember about royal icing is that it needs to be, if you're putting up walls with it, it needs to be the consistency of thick toothpaste. If it's too dry, it's going to roll off your gingerbread wall. I've seen it done. If it's too wet, it won't hold shape. So if you're piping along and you see that it's kind of going instead of holding its shape, it's too wet and it will not hold the gingerbread. So royal icing is one of the most important aspects of gingerbread. You can build with a construction grade gingerbread, but you got bad royal icing, you're not building anything. Another tip, you can color your royal icing to match your gingerbread color if you want, or you can make it any color you want. Just use gel food coloring. Do not use liquid food coloring. So you can use the paste things you got to pick out with a toothpick with Wilton, or I use AmeriColor. That's fine. Just don't use water-based colors.
For the apartment building, building number 2, I actually colored the royal icing red for the grout, so you'll see that. But besides that, I kept my royal icing white. In the next video, we're finally going to be putting up our apartment building. Along the way, it's going to be pretty quick. So along the way, I'm going to show you how I painted a mural on the side of the building, as well as put up awnings. Ugh, those awnings. Until next time.